And should we get started? Do you want me to start us off or do you want to just jump in?
No, go ahead and get us started.
Okay, so I just want to thank you guys all for jumping on this call. So if you know me, I am obsessed with organization and I've been a coach for 5 years now. I'm a four-star diamond coach. I am the founder of Team Ignited Nation. I'm also a part of Christina Sullen's team. I'm one of her coaches. So I invited a lot of her leaders on this call and her team on this call as well because I love Teamzy. I just started using it. I think I'm on week 2 or 3, and it just makes things so much easier. I'm finding out what's been the missing link for me, and that's been my follow-ups. So it's really easy to follow up with people, and I'm just obsessed with it. So I wanted Eric to do this call for us and for my downline and Christina's downline so you guys can all check it out and learn more about it. So I will turn it over to Eric.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm really excited to be here with you guys. And I think we're going to have some fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through a bit of a training on relationship marketing, which is the lead generation system Teamzy's built upon. Teamzy, just so you guys know, somebody said they didn't even know what it was. So it's an app specifically designed for Beachbody coaches to help you build your business. And so I'll show you guys that in a minute. Before I get started, though, I have to give you my my 2-second disclaimer, and that is that I'm also a Beachbody coach, so I do not profit financially at all from Teamzy. So just so you guys know, it's compliant with all of Beachbody's rules, okay? But I'll explain to you why, as a coach, I really felt like. So I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody, and then what I'm going to do is I'll do a little bit of a training, then I'm going to take you into Teamzy itself. I'll show you how to set it up really quick, and I'll teach you guys how you can, you will have the best power hours you've ever had before. And then I'll also show you how you can follow up like a pro with Teamzy. And then that whole thing will take me about 30 minutes. Then we'll do open Q&A. Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to mute everybody.
I think I'm going to go ahead because he's going to show stuff.
Okay, so you guys are now muted. If you need to talk, just send a chat, and I'll let you guys all unmute whenever you have a question, okay? And also, because I won't be able to hear you, it's really strange for me, so make sure that if I ask you questions, somebody waves or something so I know if I change my screens or whatever. Okay. Let's jump over here to my presentation. So are you guys now seeing my keynote presentation? Oh, great. I got a view screen with only people on the phone. Okay, well, I'm just going to hope you do. What is relationship marketing? So actually, I went too far trying to figure out how to do to see somebody's face. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about relationship marketing. First, just a little bit about me. I told you I'm a coach just like you guys. Probably like a lot of you, I had a transformation in my own health, which is what made me really passionate about helping other people as a Beachbody coach. But I want to let you know a little bit about my background from a professional standpoint. I come from the coaching and training industry. I've been 15 years in that industry helping real estate agents build their businesses. As an executive for one of the largest coaching companies in that industry. And part of that was becoming an expert in the lead generation system I'm going to show you guys tonight, kind of the Reader's Digest version of it, and also building contact relationship management systems for salespeople to help them really build their business quickly. So I'm going to show you what we did for Beachbody because there just wasn't one for us, and it makes working with building relationships in a business so hard if you don't have the right tools. All right. So let me jump right into what relationship marketing is. As I mentioned, it is a lead generation system. A lead generation system, that's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. Okay, and I'm defining this for you guys because that's what Teamzy is going to do, but that's what we do every day, right? We try to initiate consumer interest or inquiry. We're trying to get people interested. And I want you guys to think about this a little bit before we even dive into it, because if somebody asks you, what business are you in, we all might have a little bit of a different answer. But really what I want you guys to understand, the business you're in is the lead generation business. You are in the lead generation business. Your job is to generate leads. If you looked back on your day's work on your business and you didn't do anything to generate leads, you could actually say you didn't work on your business today. You were busy, but you didn't work on your business if you weren't generating leads. So I just want you guys to kind of get that mindset shift at the very beginning. Okay. The main difference though between relationship marketing and other types of lead generation systems is that it has an underlying philosophy that developing and deepening relationships is the paramount duty of a business. That developing and deepening relationships is the paramount duty of a business. Did you guys listen to the wake-up call today? Perfect wake-up call to tie into what we're talking about here. It's all about building and deepening relationships. And I'll show you how this tool will do that for you guys. In relationship marketing, we serve and bring value first. Serve and bring value first. Okay, and then by investing in those relationships, people are much more likely to do business with us and also to recommend their friends and family to us. Okay. Whether you're selling real estate, refrigerators, or Shakeology, your success will be measured by the quality of the relationships you developed. Okay, and that's a good one to write down. Your success will be measured by the quality of the relationships you've developed. So you can go a mile wide and an inch deep, or you can go an inch deep and an inch wide and a mile deep. Also, relationship marketing is serving your customers in such a way they become walking, talking billboards for your business. Walking, talking billboards. It's kind of a cliche word metaphor, but basically your customers will be bringing you more customers. And I will show you guys, when I show you how to follow up later on, I will actually give you a tip, some dialogue on how you can get all of your current customers to duplicate themselves. Okay, so that'll be good. That'll be worth sticking around for. Don't confuse relationship marketing with word of mouth. Word of mouth is passive. It's sitting around hoping something will happen, right? I just made a beautiful post on social media and I'm waiting to see people respond. This is a system that is proactive. That means that you're generating momentum. You're doing something each day to cause momentum in your business, not waiting for it, okay? And it will systemize your contact and care in such a way that as those relationships deepen, the stream of leads will be a predictable one. So that's kind of cool. When you guys get into your free trial, those of you already in there, you'll see that Teamzy can calculate your goals based on it'll calculate what you need to do every day based on your goal, your income goal, because we can actually quantify and predict the results of the system. Okay. Don't worry, we're getting to the fun stuff. Relationship marketing, all of it depends on trust. All of it depends on trust. If people don't trust you, none of this works, okay? But trust is what makes this business so much fun. When people trust you, even a tiny bit, you can get right to helping them, right? You're not stuck on convincing, you can get right to helping. Trust removes that icky feeling from the sales process. And I think Beachbody kind of attracts people who don't want to feel icky in a sales process. So you guys get what I'm talking about. And you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. This is my favorite thing. I don't know if any of you guys have done the go for no. You probably have. A lot of teams have done that. But I will tell you guys seriously, the whole get 200 no's and send me your list. I will hide. I will go under my desk and hide from that because I'm too much of a wimp for that. And it's so funny because when I was coaching real estate folks and they were asked to do things like call expired listings or go knocking on doors and stuff like that, what we found was that often they just, hey, if you guys are coming to the call, make sure you mute yourselves. Often people would not do those things. They would just lie about them. And I think a lot of Beachbody coaches are the same way. They don't want to do that stuff. But if you're working with new leads and you have a system to warm them, you have a system to build a relationship with them, then you get to go for yes instead of no. Okay, so how do you go about building trust? How do you do it? There are 4 essential ingredients to build trust. 4 essential ingredients to build trust. I don't know if you guys can hear the dogs. My dog and the neighbor's dog are out there having a howl contest. The first one is integrity. Integrity. I'll go through each one of these. Character is the second one. Competence is the third one. And consistency is the fourth one. These are the 4 things that you need to demonstrate in order to build trust with somebody. Integrity, character, competence, and consistency. So what do I mean by integrity? I mean, are you who you say you are? Are you actually the person you say you are? We've all created our social media personas, and are you actually walking that talk, right? Does your life actually match what you're teaching? And so, I mean, this is something you answer for yourself, but honestly, if there's a gap between who you're hoping to be or attracting and who you are, it's going to not ring true with people, okay? And they're going to see a lack of integrity there. So it's important. And if the other thing is the coolest thing about being a coach, I think, is that it helps us individually achieve our goals because we're so accountable to the people we're helping. So lean into that. Lean into that. Know that part of your success will be your integrity, and help yourself achieve your own goals. The second piece is character. Character, okay? And character is literally when you demonstrate how much you care. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care. Okay, so it's so funny because you guys may have heard people say that customer only cares about two things. Do you care about me, and are you good at what you do? You guys heard that before? That's what this is talking about. It's talking about character, and what I'm going to get to in a second, which is competence. That's all they really care about, right? They want to know, do you care about me? So we have to be constantly demonstrating how much we care. We actually have to demonstrate it. This is one of the things that I love. You know, just like a side note, people think like the word love is an emotion, it's a feeling, but it's actually a verb, right? And so when we're serving people and loving people, our customers, it's a verb. It's something we have to do. It's not just something you feel, right? So character's like that too. Character's not just something you are, it's something you do. It's something that you demonstrate. Competence. Competence is, are you good at what you do? Oops, I went too far. Sorry, guys. Are you good at what you do? Are you a professional? Are you a good business person? Can I trust you to mentor me in this business? If I become your customer, will you take good care of me, right? Can you help me with my health and fitness goals? These are competence issues. How good are you at what you do, okay? And then finally is consistency. Consistency ties it all together, because you can be all these things, but if you're not all these things consistently, it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't help. Right? People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. You guys might want to write that one down. That's why I made it a big screen, because it's such a profound quote. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. If any of you guys have ever read this book, Influence, The Psychology of Persuasion by Robert Cialdini, actually I have it on the screen for you. Highly recommend this book. It's all about the laws of social influence. But the desire to be consistent, guys, is listed as one of the most dominant motivators for people. People want to be consistent so bad. That's why they'll be successful, because we help them become consistent with better habits, and it's why they fail, because they continue to stay consistent to old habits, or they want to be consistent with their peer group who's not on the program, right? This is huge for us as coaches, because we need to know that the number one thing people are inspired by is our consistency. Right? You guys get that all the time. Oh, your posts are so inspiring. You inspire me. Keep up the inspiration. It's not because you've had, some major transformation. You look like Autumn. It's because you're doing it consistently. This is why a coach doesn't have to look like a swimsuit model to be super successful, because they're inspiring people with their consistency. So keep that in mind, guys. It's so important. You got to have all of it. You got to have integrity, character, competence, and consistency. But here's the question, when you get into consistency, you start thinking about things like being a product of the product, right? And I think this is something that a lot of us are pretty good at. Being a product of the product. Are you doing your workouts, right? Are you doing Beachbody workouts? Are you drinking your Shakeology, having a healthy living? Are you doing your personal development on a daily basis? I mean, that part, I guess it can be kind of hard, but I think that's the part most of us coaches get pretty well, right? We struggle with the other end, which is actually our relationships, right? I mean, think about it. Are you as consistent about staying in touch with your relationships as you are with your workouts, your shakes, your personal development, your social posts? Right? Are you consistent with, checking in with people all the time? Are you consistent with following up with people? How many times are you following up with them? Are people falling through the cracks? Are you doing what I used to do, which is where I'm going through my Facebook message log, trying to remember who I messaged and hoping I'm following up with everybody? That's what most people are doing. So you got to really think about that, because if you want people to actually trust you and follow you into your business, then you got to be consistent, not just with being part of the product, but also with your relationships and your connecting. Because relationship building is a contact sport. Relationship building is
I'm going to message him on Facebook and see if we can get it to come back. I'll be right back. Hold on. We all are frozen, so you can. I'll keep you posted in the chat. 1 second.
Allison, that lipstick is fabulous.
Thanks. I didn't realize it was so dark. Hold on, let me message you. Gotta love technology and loud motorcycles or cars going on right now. I don't know who's driving around.
Okay, we're back.
Good. We're just waiting for you.
Okay, how long ago did I lose you guys?
Relationship building is a contact sport.
Okay, good. So we're right near the end. We're right near the sweet stuff. Okay, good. I'm glad that we're back. I apologize for that, guys. If for any reason we lose internet connectivity again, it'll be cool because I'll jump onto my phone and then I'll just demonstrate the mobile app instead. So it'll be cool. Don't worry. Okay. Let me go back to this presentation. Almost done with it. Then we're going to jump into Teamzy. Okay, so I was talking about this, which is investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Okay, it's the only way to deepen relationships because, well, let me just give you an example. I was talking about the dentist card, right? I don't know if you guys heard that part, but you get those little birthday cards from the dentist that say happy birthday. It's like a postcard. Your name's printed out in like dot matrix print, right? And then you get a card from a friend who takes time to write a beautiful, thoughtfully written note in this card, right? Which one do we value more? I mean, obviously we value the handwritten card. In fact, people save handwritten cards. They save them for years. Sometimes they're found, you know, when people pass away that they've kept cards. Why are those cards so valuable? Because they represent an investment of time. They represent that somebody that cares about you took the time to write that card. This is what taking a little time to invest in relationships means to people. It's the most valuable thing there is, period. And it's the thing that people value the most. So if you're going to be really successful at relationship marketing and deepening and developing relationships so that you can create an army of customers, coaches, and people that are advocates for you, what you're going to need to do, guys, is you're going to actually be in contact with everybody all the time, thoughtfully, and be a super pro when it comes to following up. But that is impossible to do because you don't have enough time in the day, right? What you need is a system. You need a system that's going to help you stay in contact with all your relationships, okay? Something that's going to tell you when to contact them. You're going to know what to say when you contact them, and nobody ever falls through the cracks when you have a good system like that, okay? So I'm going to take you guys to Teamzy now. We'll go live, and I'll share it with you. I'm going to take a quick second to mute everybody because somebody is, sounds a little bit like Darth Vader. Okay, so let me jump over to Teamzy. This is going to be fun. Okay. You guys see the Teamzy dashboard now? Yes. Okay. So again, you guys are going to like this. This is built from the ground up for Beachbody coaches to help us build the business. And it's about 3 months old. So if you haven't heard of it yet, it's no big deal. That's why it's brand new, but it's really taking off in the network. And it's being changed on a weekly basis based on feedback from coaches, which is really cool. So I'm going to show you quickly how to set this up. First thing I want you guys to know is if you don't already if you're not already using Teamzy, go get a free trial. Go to teamzy.com, teamzy.com, and sign up for a free trial. You can get 30 days free to try it out. And they don't ask for a credit card or anything. So you just go in and get that. If you haven't already done it, you can do it while we're talking. Okay, and then when you first get in here, you guys, the setup is where people kind of get intimidated. It's actually quite easy. I'll show you real quick what it looks like. The first time that you come in here, you will be inside a setup wizard, which will walk you all the way through. Okay, it's going to look just like this. And that wizard's going to help you do 3 things. It's going to set an income goal. And once you set the income goal, Teamzy is going to give you a recommendation on what you need to do every day to get to that goal. We're going to help you create a powerful why so that you can power through those quitting points that hit all of us. And then we're going to help you get your contacts into Teamzy and ranked so that Teamzy can tell you who and when and how often to contact them. Okay, so there's little videos on each page that will explain it as you go through. The first thing is setting an income goal. Okay, so you guys come in here and just set a goal. Okay, and I encourage you to set the goal a little bit higher than you think you should. Put a stretch goal in here because Teamzy is going to make you so efficient. You'll be much more likely to get to the stretch goal. Okay, so put in a good stretch goal. So I put in $150,000. This goal is in 12 months. So if I work the system for 12 months consistently, what can I expect to be my income level at that point? Does that make sense? So, so that's the idea. And then the next question is, how many personally sponsored coaches do you already have? This question is really for, they need to put some more text in here. 10-star diamonds and above, put in your coaches. Okay. If you are anyone below that, just put in 0 to start because it's just going to it's going to reduce your daily activities. And you don't want to do that. Okay. The next step now is, it's just a little video explaining what's going on, but it's telling me that in order to get to 150,000 in 12 months, I need to make 4,348 outgoing connects. I need to reach out proactively 4,348 times. Sounds like a lot, right? It's really not though when it breaks it down for me. So it's broken it down now between prospects, customers, and coaches. And then it's taken it from per year to per month to per week. And then now my daily breakdown, Teamzy's recommending 9 prospect connects, 6 connects with customers, 4 connects with coaches each day, right? So now it's something that seems doable, 19 connects. I could do that. It may still sound like a lot, but I'll show you guys how easy this is. Now also you can customize these. You can change them to whatever you want. If you're just starting out, you may want to reduce your coach number and increase your prospects number because you don't have a lot of coaches to connect with, right? So you can modify these however you want. It also recommends that you do 3 invites a day, 3 ads a day. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and continue to the next step. The next piece is finding your why. And this is really important. You don't technically need to do this part for the software work, but we felt it was important enough to put in here because if you don't know why you're a coach, like really why you're a coach, the chances of you quitting are like 100%. You need to really dig into this and find out why it matters to succeed and why it matters to persevere because our willpower sucks, right? It sucks. We don't have willpower. It doesn't exist. I'm sure you guys have read The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, where he talks about how much your willpower sucks. You need a why that overcomes the what. So this is just a journaling exercise built right into the Setup Wizard to help you clarify your why. And once you have your why and save it, it will be on your dashboard. So every time you come to Teamzy, you can read that statement. You can remind yourself why you just need to take 30 minutes to do a power hour. And yeah, 30 minutes to do a power hour. I just cut it in half because a power hour only takes actually 30 minutes in Teamzy. Okay. All right. So why did you become a coach? What did you hope to accomplish by doing that? You know, why is that important to you? What would achieving that mean for you and your family? Why is that meaningful? How do you feel achieving that for you and your family? And then eventually you get to your why statement. Okay. This is just for you. You write your why statement. And when you hit continue, it will be on your dashboard. This is my why statement. Just so you guys know, kind of, for me, I started with, hey, I'd like to make $500 extra a month. And I got to, man, this is a way that I don't have to worry about being laid off again in a recession. I don't have to worry about money, providing for my family. I get to be with my kids instead of traveling all the time. And I get to be healthy and full of energy. That's pretty awesome, you know? So I have to remind myself of those things. Now I think about the other end of my why, which is, if I don't do this, I'll have to get another job someday. I don't want to do that. Okay, the last step is getting your contacts loaded in. You have to get your contacts in order to work them with the system. First thing you're going to do is, well, if you have your contacts somewhere else, if you're using another CRM, that's another CRM is a software type, customer relationship management or contact relationship management system. You just export it to a CSV. That's like could be your Gmail contacts, right? Google contacts, whatever, wherever you have them. You export it to a CSV. If you don't know how to get that export, just Google it and you'll get instructions. And that will import super easy into Teamzy. The next thing you want to do is get all your Facebook friends in. There's a video, by the way, for each one of these telling you how to do it. Get all of your Facebook contacts in. This video will walk you through it. This is a huge piece because once you have all your Facebook friends into Teamzy. You actually now have a system to work them. That's the best part. I'm sure Allison will tell you when I'm done. That's the best part. Okay. Also get your customers and your coaches from the Coach Online office imported in, and there's a video there explaining how to do that. Okay. So we get all those guys in, and then once they're imported, what we're going to do is we are going to rank them. So let me show you what that will look like. You'll be on your team mode. So over here on this little left nav, you can see there's this team. If you ever want to see your full list, you click team, and there's your full list, okay? And then you can also segment that by prospects, customers, and coaches. So when you come into this, your whole list, the first time, it's going to be in rank mode. So I just toggle that over, but it'll automatically do that for you. Because what the system needs you to do is it needs you to give a rank to every person on your list. It needs you to give them a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 2-star, 1-star. Right? You guys are really good at this. It's just like doing Netflix or something like that. Amazon, whatever. Just got to rank them. Why do we need to rank them? It's so important that you don't skip this, guys, because if you don't rank these people, Teamzy will not know how to organize your power hour for you. Okay? It's super important. Let me give you the principle behind this. If you do not prioritize your relationships, you will never be able to prioritize your time. If you do not prioritize your relationships, you will never be able to prioritize your time. That's the principle behind this piece of the software. Why is that? Well, we already talked about the only way to deepen a relationship is by investing time. We know that you only have this much time a day. You need to be spending the most and best portion of your time with the people most likely to do business with you. That's where you need to be putting the largest portion of your time, the people most likely to do business with you, or the people that are already rock stars in your business. But what actually happens in life is when we don't prioritize our relationships and the turkeys steal all our time, right? That's what happens. Not if your priorities are straight, your actions are easy. Okay, so you've got to prioritize your people. Take this step, go through. If you have 2,000 contacts, it's not going to take you more than 30 minutes to go through and click them. They're all going to be 3s to start with. So just focus on who needs to be 4s and 5s and who needs to be 2s. Okay? So let me just go through and explain what the numbers mean. A 5-star, I call these your rock stars, right? These are the people that you are going to talk to every month. So they're either the people who are on a prospect level are your hottest prospects, right? These are your rock star business building coaches. These are your top customers, the kind of customers that are referring people all the time. You're going to talk to them every month. Every month is really often to just say hi to somebody. So make sure it's a good relationship. 4 stars are going to come up on your dashboard, which I'm going to show you guys in a second, every 2 months, every 60 days. So 4 stars, somebody who's pretty hot, right? It's a good prospect. It's a good relationship. It's a solid performing customer. Those are your 4 stars. 3 stars are going to come up on your dashboard. You're going to get a reminder to say hello every 3 months. Okay, every 3 months. 3 stars are kind of your neutral people. I don't know if they'll be interested or not. Maybe they will be over time. Maybe if I continue to work in this relationship, they'll grow interested, right? 2-star people are starting to be a little bit colder. These are people that I don't really feel like they're possibly that interested, but maybe over time, if I continue to work that relationship, they might become more interested. So those are your 2-star people. Those are going to come up on your dashboard every 4 months. And then your 1-star people are the people that are your cold, you're just kind of putting them in storage. They're not going to show up on your list. They're just in your database. You can look them up and play with them anytime you want, but they're not coming on your list. So the 2s through the 5s are going to come up on your list. So once you've done this rank mode, guys, I know I kind of talked about this for a while, but this is kind of one of the magical things that Teamzy does that no other system really does. Now, when you come to your dashboard now, you guys will see that my dashboard is now set up for me. So you go through that setup process one time, and this is set for you forever. Every day you log into this, and it's laid out what you need to do. So you can see, here's my activities for today. I've done most of them because I want to complete them with you guys, and you can give me the virtual high five when I get my 100%. See, I'm at 95%, almost there. So there's my 14 prospects. See, I've got 13 done. I've got 1 left. And see that little gap? That's going to turn solid when we do that last one. I've already done all my connects to my customers. I've already reached out to coaches on my team. I've done 2 out of 3 invites, so I need to get 1 more invite. I've only added 1 person. So this is what I've done so far. And I've also done 20 total connects, 6 follow-ups. So there's my day so far. When you come in the morning, there'll be zeros in the middle of these circles, and you'll have your full amount left. But the cool thing is as that circle completes, it just kind of gives you a little motivation to finish. All right, so how does this work? Here's my up next. The system tells me who to connect with next. I don't second guess it. I just connect with them. So the next person on my list is Ginger. Okay, and you can see I'm on prospects right now because I'm going to do prospects first, then customers, then coaches, then invites, then ads. I'm going to kind of go in that order. Okay, so Ginger. Now I like to use Facebook. That's my favorite way to communicate with almost everybody. So I'm going to use Facebook. I've got it open in another tab, and you can see that people are responding right now to messages that I sent out earlier. Okay, let me just close those out. So I'm going to look up Ginger and hope I pick the right one. She has like 3 different pages. Okay. So what I'm going to do with her is I'm just going to send her a message. Okay. So she and I have talked, but it's been since August since I talked to her. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm typing, but I'll read it to you in a second. Okay, so I wrote, "Hi Ginger, how are you? Just popping by to say hello. Hope your day was awesome." Simple connect. It's a connect. I'm just making contact. I'm just connecting with her. Here's what I want to do with this. I want her to feel like, "Oh, that's nice. That was really nice of him to reach out." And I want her to respond and say, "Thanks, my day was awesome. How are you?" Because what I'm trying to do is just start a conversation with Ginger. I'm just trying to start a conversation with Ginger. Does that make sense? So this first message doesn't have to be deep. As she responds and we have a conversation, that's when you use your forming skills and your training to build that conversation, deepen that relationship, and move toward an invite, right? So what I did was I just copied that, and I'm just going to paste it back in Teamzy so I don't have to take notes. So it says log your message here. I'm going to paste it there. That was a Facebook message, okay? And then I'm going to complete it. So that wasn't an invite, so I'm not clicking the invite box. I'm just completing a connect. Okay, so now you can see, look, boom, my circle completed. I got my 100%, you crushed it. But I'm going to go one past it just because, so I can show you how easy this is. So let's connect with Andrea. She's next on the list. Did you notice that Ginger disappeared off my list when I completed her? She's gone. She's a 3, so she'll come back on my list in 90 days. If she decides not to respond to my message, I'll talk to her in 3 months. Each time I connect with her, we'll get closer to having a conversation. She probably will see it, possibly look at my Facebook page, and my Facebook posts will get more prioritized on her feed every time we have a chat. Okay, so it's all good. But when she does respond, we'll have a conversation. Okay, next is Andrea. So I'm just going to look up Andrea real quick. There she is. Close Ginger. Okay. So Andrea is somebody that I talked to months ago, was interested, and then just kind of fell off. So look what I'm doing just to be efficient. I just copied Ginger's message in there, and I'm just going to change the name. Now, look, so hi, Andrea, how are you? Just popping by to say hello. Hope your day was awesome. It's totally appropriate for the next person, too. Don't overthink it. You just want to make contact with people. You're going to have a conversation with them. So check this out, guys. Now, can you see how I can do 20 connects in 30 minutes? It's easy to do. So here's what you want to do with you look at your power hour like this. I am planting seeds with people I know, or kind of know in some cases. I'm trying to create some conversations. So if you do 20 connects, you can expect, at least this is what happens with me. I can expect 6 to 7 conversations, full conversations each day, which is pretty awesome. So you put out your connects and you start creating conversations. So let's go ahead and log that one. Okay, so guys, this is how you do your power hour. Now, when you get through all your prospects and that circle is fully blue, now we're gonna go to customers. Okay, so you just toggle right here and it switches the list to customers. Okay, this is so crucial. You gotta be in contact with your customers. There's a couple of reasons why. The first one, obviously, is you're their coach, right? It's important that we support them on their journey because they will fall off. They'll go backwards. We want to help them continue to be successful. From a business standpoint, we want to make sure that they're continuing to buy Shakeology and Boosts, right? And the next workout program. We want to keep them engaged as a customer. But guys, this is the most important part of connecting with customers. So make sure you have your pens handy because I'm going to drop a good nugget on you right here. The hottest source for a new lead is a current customer. The hottest source for a new lead is a current customer. I promised you guys in the very beginning I would give you a little tip on how to duplicate your customers. Here's how it goes. First, let's explain what I mean by the hottest source for a new lead. These people are out there right now, you know, they're in your challenge group. Let's say they're doing 21-day fix. They are watching the inches disappear, right? They're super excited. They're at work in the kitchen, grinding up Shakeology in the blender, walking around, pissing everybody off with their little color-coded containers full of food, right? Saying no to the Friday donuts. And people are like, what are you doing? And they're talking about it. They are talking it up. I'm doing this program. It's awesome. We're in a Facebook group. It's great. And they're talking about it all the time. You know they are. So the question is, why aren't all those people they are talking to your customers already? Right? And I know some of you guys must wonder this too. Remember in the beginning, we talked about passive versus proactive. Passive, word of mouth, is waiting for something to happen. So you got to be proactive. If you're not being proactive, that's the first reason why those people are not your customers. So you got to be in contact with your customers, checking in with them, not just in the group, but one-on-one, right? The investment of time is how you deepen a relationship. So let me just give you an example. You know, hi, Cindy, how are you doing? You can even see one of my messages. Hi, Cindy, how are the workouts coming? Are you guys seeing results? Just checking in with somebody, right? Checking in. And the same thing as when we were talking to a prospect is you want to create a conversation. You want to create a conversation with them. And then what we want to do is there's just an easy format. First is there anything I can do for you? The first piece of what you're going to talk about is how can I serve you? Is there anything I can do for you? Do you have any questions I can answer? Is there any support, additional support you need from me as your coach? How can I serve you at a deeper level? That's the first part of the conversation. The second part of the conversation, guys, is acknowledgement, praise. I'm so proud of you. You're doing so great in the group. I know it's hard work, but you're really sticking to it. I'm just amazed at the results you're getting, and I know you're inspiring other people in the group too, right? Giving them a little bit of praise, acknowledgement. We all love that, okay? Now, once you do that, how can I serve you? Praise, acknowledgement. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to thank them for being a customer, and we're going to ask them to bring us another one. So we're going to thank them like this. Cindy, I just want to let you know, for me as a coach, it's just been an absolute pleasure being your coach. I love seeing the progress that you're making, and it really makes my day to see you getting results in our group. And I just want you to know that I would be honored to help any of your friends or family the same way. Right? I just want you to know that I would be honored to help any of your friends or family the same way. Now we're going to actually ask her, can you think of anybody? Cindy, can you think of anybody who would benefit from our next challenge group? So great. So we've gone all the way through that. You guys see, I know you guys are writing, so I can tell you like these dialogues. These things work. Try them out. I'm telling you right now, you guys try these out. You can send me a handwritten personal note later thanking me for these. We tested and refined these dialogues in the real estate industry for decades. This is like brand new, fresh snow, the Beachbody business. We get to use all this cool stuff. Okay, the last piece is, this is the piece that's really important because people ask for referrals and never get them. You don't need to ask for referrals. You need to ask for an introduction. So the last piece is, after you say, can you think of anyone who would benefit from our next challenge group? You say, great. Would you do me a favor and just quick introduce them to me via text or message or email or whatever's easiest for you? Could you just introduce them to me via text, message, email, whatever's easiest for you, and I'll make sure to get them all the information they need. Okay, this is the important step that crosses all the T's. It's like, man, just quick introduce me. And they'll pull out their phone and often right then and there, and you'll get a group chat, Facebook message. Allison, meet Eric. Eric, meet Allison. Allison's my coach. She's awesome. You're what? It's like, then that's where you just jump in, take over the conversation and go, oh, thank you so much. That's so nice. Yeah, she thought you might really enjoy being in our group. This is what we do. And here's the cool thing about this, guys. Those people, whether or not they sign up for your next challenge group, doesn't matter. You just won the lottery because you got a new relationship to put on your list, a new relationship to build and deepen on a system like this. You build that, you get that relationship, and that relationship came with trust from a friend. That's the best kind of lead you can ever get. That's the kind of relationship that is much easier to turn into an advocate. So just so you guys know, there's my little tip. That's why you got to be in contact with your customers, and you got to be really focused on serving your customers and helping them convert, helping them to bring their friends and family to you, giving them an easy system to do that. Okay, the last piece is coaches. Next thing, after you've done all your customers, now you're going to connect with your coaches. This is super important, guys, because it's called Teamzy, right? It's about building your team. It's about building your team. And I know that you're on a call with your coaches every week. You're in 10 Facebook groups where you guys all talk, but the one-on-one direct message to somebody is what makes the relationship. So don't skimp on that. Make sure that you're connecting with people and praising them one-on-one privately as well as everything you do publicly. Okay. And finally, you've done that. So you've got boom, boom, boom. Man, I mean, in my case, it's 20 connects. What do you guys think would happen to your business if you did 20 outgoing connects every single day and created those conversations? It's amazing, right? So you send those out. And I told you typically I'll get 6 or 7 conversations back. So let me show you how a conversation can turn into an invite, right? So we're having these conversations. We'll go back to see if one happened. You never know, right? So look, here's Barb. She says, thank you, Eric. It was a fun day. So there's the beginning of a conversation. Now I can go back with her and have a conversation. You see? Because that's all you need is just a little bit. Then you have a conversation. So now let's go back and let's say Andrea comes back to me. She'll be my guinea pig today. So Andrea comes back to me. We have this long conversation. She says, I know we talked about it in August, but now I'm ready. Great. So now what I want to do is I want to back up. Because remember, she's going to be gone for 3 months. So I'm just going to look her up in this lookup bar right here at the top of the page. There she is. Okay, and that's going to pull up her contact record. Okay, so now this is her contact record. Now I can look right here in her activity feed and I can see our last message. So the first thing I'll do before I get into sending her an invite is I'm going to click edit and I'll paste the whole conversation we had in here so I have it in my record. Okay, so those of you using it, you might not know you can do that, but you just paste it all in there and boom, there it goes. Now it's in a record. Now what I'll do is I will open her up again and now I'm going to send her an invite. Okay. So however you do it, I typically send mine by email because there's a lot of information. So now this time I'm going to click invite, okay? And then I'm going to select my type. So it's a challenge group invite, right? You guys with me? How cool is this, guys? Seriously. Okay. So let's say it's a 21-day fix, right? And now this is the cool part. Now right now it's set for default follow-up, which is 90 days. I need to follow up with her tomorrow because I'm sending her an invite today. So now I'm going to click this and I'm going to set a follow-up for tomorrow. Okay. So the cool thing about this is now that I've sent that, I don't have to worry about tracking that. I don't have to remember even who I sent an invite to because tomorrow when I hit my follow-up list, she'll be there. Is that cool? Okay. So guys, let me give you my follow-up tips. So you're on your dashboard. You've got your prospects, your customers, your coaches. You've done with all those. Now you're going to go to your follow-ups. And you'll see all of your follow-ups that are red are due today. You can see I was a good boy and I already did my follow-ups. See, I got 6 done already today. So all the yellow ones are due tomorrow. So these are all my tomorrow follow-ups. Tomorrow or the next day. Okay, and when they're green, you've got more than 2 days. You don't have to worry about it. So there's Andrea. Let's just say it's my follow-up. So you guys, does anyone ever feel like a nag when you're doing follow-ups? Yeah, totally. Most people do. Here's the thing I'll tell you guys too, though. I don't know if you've heard this stat, but 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. Not just in our business. I'm talking about in the whole world of commerce. Between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. So here's the question I have for you guys. How many of you guys are following up 10 times? Now you really feel like a nag, right? I know I saw a couple of you guys make a face. Okay, but let me explain to you. If you're following up the right way, people will thank you for it. They will be grateful for it. You won't feel like a nag. So let me just kind of set this up, give you guys a couple of dialogues that may help you with that. The first thing that you do is when you send that invite, tell them you sent it and tell them that you're with follow-up tomorrow. So what I would have done with that is I would have sent her that email, then I would have gone back to Messenger and said, Andrea, I just emailed you the invite. I'll check in with you tomorrow and see what questions you have. Okay, I'll check in with you tomorrow and see what questions you have. So now I'm telling her I'll follow up tomorrow. I'm not worried about forgetting because I set it in Teamzy. Okay, so now when I come in here tomorrow and I'm gonna follow up with her, what I'm gonna say to her is, Hi, Andrea, it's Eric. Just checking in like I promised I would. Just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? So what I did, guys, was going back to the trust and the deepening trust, I told her I would follow up, and now I did it. So when you do something you say you're going to do, it develops trust. But as salespeople, we have to kind of market that we did that, right? So remember, I promised that I would, and now I'm doing it. I'm following up like I promised I would. What it does is it sets the tone for follow-ups as kind of like, this is me being a good friend. This is me being a good coach. This is me being responsible and keeping my word to you, right? So it becomes almost like a, not really a duty, but it's like it's like a deep level of service. So now when you follow up, you do that with that tone. Hey, I'm checking in. How are you? How's your day going? I hope you're having an awesome day. Checking in like I told you I would. I promised you that I would stay after you and help you. Here I am again, just checking in. Do you have any questions for me? Have you had a chance to review it? So I will follow up. Guys, you can follow up 10 times, no problem. And people will thank you for it. People will thank you for it. So here's what I do. Typically is I do tomorrow. So sorry, when I send the invite, I do tomorrow. I check in tomorrow. And as soon as I complete this one, I click tomorrow again. Boom. And then I click tomorrow again. So 3 days in a row I follow up after an invite, always. 1, 2, 3, checking in, checking in, checking in. Why? Because the most interested people take 5 or 6 follow-ups all the time, right? They're just too busy. They're too flaky. And let's be honest, they really want to, but they don't really want to do it. You know, they think it's going to be too hard. So you got to keep going. So then I'll go tomorrow, and then I'll back them off to 2 days, 2 days, 2 days, 2 days. Typically by that point, they've missed the challenge group, right? By like my 5th or 6th one, they've missed the challenge group. So now I'll follow up weekly for a couple more weeks. And if we get to 8, 9, 10 follow-ups without a response or they tell me they're not interested, whatever, then I let them fall back to default and I'll talk to them again in 3 months. There's so often that people will be followed up with a bunch of times and they don't respond. You guys get those, right? And then when you check back in 90 days, they're like, I'm ready. So you got to make sure that you've got a system that's going to bring them back to you. You know what I mean? You don't want to just leave them behind. I was at Super Saturday a couple weeks. I'm sure you guys all were too. I was here I was actually in Orange County, California. I'm in Southern California. And listening to superstar coaches talk and just taking notes because they're just unbelievable. And they don't all have a system like this. And the one I was listening to, she's amazing. She talked about how she follows up 4 times, and if they don't respond, they're deleted off her list. I was like, man, I wonder if she'll give me those people. You know, we used to do that in real estate where the main agent would have a buyer's agent who took the leads they didn't like. I want that. Hi, I work with so-and-so, and she just asked me to take care of you from here on out, you know? So anyways, so guys, that's how it works. You do those things. You get in here, you set it up, do your prospects, your customers, connect with your coaches, set your follow-ups, okay? Nobody falls through the cracks this way. You're going to feel so unbelievably organized. Your power hour, you'll do twice as many contacts with people in half the time. And there's no planning. You don't have to sit out and get all your notebooks and figure out who to call. It's all planned for you once you set it up. That is the magic of this, okay? Plus, there's other fun stuff. I didn't show you half of this site, just the stuff I felt like you really needed to know today. But you track all your daily stuff too. Did you do your personal development? Did you get your workout in? Did you drink your shake? And it tracks that so you can see how you're doing too on your part of the product. All the things that we need to do to be good coaches, okay? And then I'm going to open up to questions right now. But also university here has FAQs and videos. But before I go to questions, there's one more thing I want to show you, which is really cool. So everybody's got a free trial, right? Everyone signed up while we were talking. The last bit is just the price of Teamzy after your free trial. So Teamzy is typically $29.99, $29.99 a month to subscribe to Teamzy after your free trial. It's priced less than the commission on one HD order. So use it for free for 30 days, generate a whole bunch of momentum. That very first order pays for your subscription. However, what's really cool here is Allison has negotiated on your behalf a team discount. So you guys actually can get a team discount. It's $24.99 for your team. That's not just now, that's your price, okay? And not only you guys, but anyone on your teams that you want to share this code with. The promo code is Allison's email address, shapeupwithallison@gmail.com. okay? shapeupwithallison@gmail.com. And the way this works is when you're done with your trial and you go to set up your subscription, there's a little box on the bottom of the subscription page. I did a little screen grab here. This little submit referral, did another coach refer you to Teamzy? That's where you enter her email address. When you click this button, it's going to refresh the pricing for you guys. Okay, so again, you can share that with everybody. I don't care. Teamzy doesn't care. They just want to see more coaches using it and being successful with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and open it up now to, you can ask me anything. Who's got a question?
Eric, I've got a question. Can you reset your goals? Because I signed up, it's probably been about a month now. And I want to reset my goals based on what you just talked about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me show you. I haven't looked at the chat yet, you guys, so don't think I'm ignoring you. I just haven't looked at it yet. I'll check it out in a second. Okay, so here's the dashboard. You guys see it again? All right, Carrie, so here's right here where it says Edit Daily Goals. Click that, and it'll jump you into that part of the setup wizard. So just continue past this page. You don't have to change your income goal. You can just come to here, and then you can change your goals. You just change them however you want. Okay, and then when you hit continue, they'll be on your dashboard. Cool? Okay.
Oh, thanks. Sorry, I was muted.
Oh, no worries. What other questions do you guys have?
I have a question. I know you guys are always tweaking and adding stuff. Like I know you added the invite since I signed up. Are you going to add like a 10 in play or like a, you know, I don't know if you do that too, where you have that, like your top 10 people that you're talking to?
Possibly. I mean, everything is open. So I think, did you request that already through the message?
I didn't, but I might have seen someone else post it. So I can check.
Basically, as so there's a fine line when you're building something like this. Most Beachbody coaches haven't used CRMs systems, but they're not like this. They're super complicated, convoluted, and they try to do everything. So the goal here is to make it so simple that it has everything that you really need. So basically, as we get great suggestions, we're going to be continually trying to make your life easier. So there'll be some things that probably will get said no to, some things that will get said yes to. But definitely everyone that uses this, we want you to submit your ideas, submit your feedback, submit what would be easier for you, because all that's being filtered through. And the guys who are building this are super responsive. I mean, it's been 3 months and there's probably been 150 new deployments of this site with improvements that are led by coaches. And there's a few more that are in the works now that are going to be mega.
Cool. And can I just add, you guys? So before doing this, I was showing my coaches earlier, I used to use notebooks, and then I went to Evernote, and then I went to spreadsheets on Google Drive, and then I tried Streak. And I would just get so overwhelmed trying to keep track of my customers and my conversations, and everything was everywhere. And now I'm just like excited to work and do my power hour and get my circle filled in. On the plane yesterday, I think I did 69 connects because I was just like sitting there trying to catch up from being out of town. But I just love it. Like, I love that you can follow up efficiently. Like, I'm finding that that's my weak link, that I don't follow up every week or every 4 days, or even when you're doing an invite, you know, you can set it like he said, like check in tomorrow, check in 2 days. Oh, they said they're going to get paid on Friday, check in on Friday. Like, you can set it up, and it's just been a game changer. Like, my husband, he comes in my office like, wow, this is so awesome. Like, he's excited about it. So I hope you guys try it out. Like, it's amazing. So just had to add that.
Allison.
Yeah.
Once you sign up for the free membership, is that how then you get the app? Because I just tried to look for the app, but I didn't see it, the mobile app. Or was I wrong about that?
It's actually a mobile website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just log in through your browser.
Okay.
And then save it to your home screen. So you guys can probably see I've got a little Teamzy icon on my home screen. So it'll take you in that way. It's like an app. It goes right in. It's pretty awesome though. I'm actually faster on my app on my phone than I am on the computer, like I was demonstrating for you guys. I can do it much faster on here because, you know, it's like you can do the double. I use an iPhone, so I don't know how it is on Android, but you double click and it, you know, I got jump to Messenger, jump over, jump to whatever, and it's super fast. So yeah, definitely. Well, they'll probably build an app down the road, but right now this site, the mobile site's working really fast and good. So check that out.
Eric, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do we just, for prospects, do we just go in the order that the name shows up?
That's what I recommend. I mean, assuming that you took the time to rank them.
Okay.
It's going to go in order of their rank. It's going to bring your 5s up first, then your 4s, then your 3s, then your 2s. And then in the middle of your 3s, your 5s are going to come back, right? Because they come back every month. So it's going to constantly put the people in front of you that are most important for you to talk to. So you'll work through your whole list. I mean, let's say you had 2,000 people on your list. You'll probably work through that whole list 2 or 3 times a year, but you're going to be talking to your most important people much more often. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and if I have people that I'm currently following up with this week,
Yeah.
will they, I don't know, how will they show up on Teamzy? Or
you need to set a follow-up with them. So if you're following up this week, you know, you can go, you need to create a follow-up. So after you connect with somebody, before you send it, you send a follow-up. I want to follow up again in 2 days.
Got it. Thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Otherwise, she won't show up for 3 months, right? Because this is just kind of, the up next is just keeping you in contact with your whole list. But when you have somebody that a conversation is now moving towards an invite, you want to follow up sooner, then you set a new follow-up for them. You can also, let's say I wanted to follow up with Lee and she wasn't on my dashboard. I can just look her up and I can create a follow-up right here.
That was my question. Thank you.
Does that make sense? So like,
Yeah.
for example, I wish I could, I don't want to disconnect the call in order to show you on my phone, but a lot of times it's on your phone, right? Where you get a new contact. So I'm going to put it up to the screen, but oh, let me stop my share so at least it's big. All right. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but at the very top, you've got your add contact. So you can go in here and I can add somebody. Okay. So now I've added him. And then it drops him down and gives me his contact record on my phone. So now I can actually set a follow-up for tomorrow, which is what I like to do, because if I meet somebody or I get a name or somebody sends me a name and I'm out somewhere with my kids or whatever, and it's chaotic, and I have small kids, probably a lot of you guys too, they're always like literally climbing on us, right? Like, see, you got your phone, and so it's like I just want to get the name in Teamzy and hit follow up for tomorrow, and then put my phone back in my pocket, and I don't even remember that person's name. It doesn't matter because he's on my follow up list for tomorrow. You know what I mean? So that's when it becomes really powerful to be able to do that.
I have a question, and pardon the screaming kids, like you said, they're not crawling on me, but they're upstairs. When you clicked on the invite, and is that just, and you just put in an email with 21-day fix, is that a script, or was that just a note for yourself to know that you invited her to the 21-day fix?
That was just a note for myself because I have a very long email that I send that has all the information. So just so you guys know, that's actually, I don't think this is your question, but it's a good clarification for me to make. Teamzy doesn't actually send in your messages for you, right? It records them and it helps you know who to connect with. But it's a CRM, meaning that it keeps track of your relationships and helps you manage them. But you still have to use Messenger. You still have to use text. You still have to, you know what I mean, to do that.
And your own personal twist, and yeah.
Yeah. So, but it tells you, okay, here's who you need to contact today, and it helps you organize how you're going to do that, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So the invite section is just basically to show you how many invites you made and what you need to follow up on that day.
Yes.
Okay.
After your initial contact upload, like sync with Facebook, after that initial one where you rank everyone, does it ever automatically sync, or you need to just add new contacts manually?
The best way is to add them manually. You can upload more contacts at a later time if you need to, but let me show you how to do it. I mean, it's just really fast. So on every page is this little add contact button, right? So some of you guys are like social media whizzes, you know, you're getting 25 new people from Instagram a day. I don't know, is anyone like that? I know there are people like that. But even if you are, look how easy it is to enter somebody in. So especially if it's just a name. So they're in like instantly, okay? But what's cool is once they're in, you can now set your follow-up for them. So I even like to copy and paste the new customers I get from Beachbody in my Coach Online office, even though it takes me like 30 seconds to copy and paste all their info in here, because then I can set my follow-up for them and I kind of get to, I mean, they only give you a few at a time anyways, but I like to do it that way rather than going through the whole export process, because I like to set a follow-up and I kind of like to get a feel for their contact info and where they live, and that's happening while I'm copying it over, you know what I mean? Does that help?
Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Someday Beachbody may fall in love with Teamzy and let us sync everything up, but not yet.
Eric, I have another question. When you're studying somebody for a follow-up, does it only show up in the follow-ups, or will it show in your next to contact list too?
It'll only show up in your next up if that's their time.
Okay, so
Okay,
you have to check your follow-ups, obviously.
Check your follow-ups. Also, I'll show you this. Some of you guys, the fact that it only shows you 5 follow-ups will make you crazy. So I want you to know when you come to the team page, okay, right here where it says follow-ups, you can see your whole list. Okay? Just showing you that. All right. What other questions? Any other questions? You guys want to know what's coming soon? Oh, go ahead.
I have a simple question. I was writing down your awesome notes. This is just amazing, like mind blown. And I missed the promo code email.
Oh, yeah. It's Shape Up with Allison. shapeupwithallison@gmail.com. 1 L in Allison. Here, I'll show it to you.
I just put it in the chat too.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Sure thing.
And what's coming up next?
Allison wants to know. Okay,
I want to know.
I totally want to know.
So let me show you one thing about this, because so you guys know, if you clicked on university, it takes you to a community, right? So in here are FAQs and videos and things like that to help you. But also there's a community here where people are putting in issues they're having or ideas they've had. And we've gotten so much feedback from coaches since we started doing this. We've got, I think, almost 4,000 coaches using Teamzy now, which is pretty awesome in 3 months. So we've been just adding all kinds of cool stuff. So what's next? Right now, there's 3 projects being worked on at the same time. Well, one's a small piece that is going to deploy, I hope, next week, which is just cleaning up this dashboard. So this little top header was just redesigned, and we added invite tracking and new ads tracking to it. I know Allison mentioned that. And this up next piece is getting a small redesign just to make it much easier to use, because there's been some people confused about where to click and things like that. So those are just things that are following our philosophy of don't make you think. That's what we want. Don't make you think. When you hit a page, we want you to know what to do and not have to think about it. So we're working on that. But past that, the guys are working on being able to import your sales and commission reports from Coach Online Office directly into Teamzy, so that it tracks all of your income and sales. So that's coming soon. And also we're working on this promote page right now. It's real basic right now, but we're working on creating a full email marketing suite. So you guys can do bulk email marketing. You can do much nicer emails than you can do now. And also this whole template library that we have, we're hoping will grow as more coaches share their templates. So you can save your scripts and your emails and your dialogues here. And then if you want, you can save them to the community like these coaches have done. The idea being is that people will actually start sharing all of their, because Beachbody is all about sharing our stuff. So you'll be able to come in here and search for whatever you're looking for and be able to find stuff that the community's voted up. The one with 2,000 likes is the best one, whatever. It's going to be pretty cool. So that's coming pretty soon. Let's see, what else? those are the big ones. The email, once the email's in there, and I know some people are have used Google Streak. You used it for a minute, right, Allison?
Yeah, I've used it, but I was like forgetting to go into what streak, and I had 50 streaks set up, and I still use it to kind of keep track of like different leads I have coming in, but not good.
I kind of get overwhelmed in there.
Yeah.
I have to try again because I get overwhelmed. It's, believe it or not, I am easily overwhelmed by software. I think that's why I like being part of a team to create easy software to use, because I get so overwhelmed by it. So we're going to keep looking at that. But the email thing is going to be really cool when that's set up, because that's kind of the last piece that's really missing, I think. So that will be soon. All of these things are soon. When I say soon, I mean weeks, not months. So any other questions? Yeah.
So a lot of times I'll like connect on Facebook, and then, like if I have like a long 21-day fix email, so when I import the two lists, will like they be duplicated or like if I have an email, but then their Facebook name, because it's from two different imports? Does that make sense?
If they have the exact same name, it won't be duplicated.
Okay. Oh, because does Facebook use their emails?
No, but I mean, if sometimes they have a different name on Facebook than their real name, in that case you may get a duplicate. And so what you do is you just delete the one you don't need. Usually the Facebook one, because it doesn't have anything but a name in the data file. So, but I mean, in the beginning it made duplicates for everything, and everyone that's been using this more than 2 months had to go through and just delete. But most of your duplicates will be filtered out now. But you will have some cleanup. I mean, it's like, it's really easy to delete. There's a little trash can next to their name. You just click it.
Okay. Thanks so much.
Sure. You guys are going to have a million questions tomorrow when I'm not here with you. But it's okay. You can submit them on the help thing. But, the biggest thing is just the one thing I want you guys to leave with is, if you've been a coach for a little while and you struggle with the, Carl comes on and he's incredibly charming, and, and he's like inspiring, and he says, invite. And you're like, yeah, I'm going to go invite. And then you get home and you're like, what the hell does that mean? How do I even do that? Like, what I'm hoping is this will let you know what to do, right? This gives you something to do. Just go out there and make contact with people and start a conversation with them. And then, as the conversation leads, do what, now I know what they were talking about, forming, now's my opportunity. Now I can do that, right? So get out there and do it. And you'd be amazed the results that you have. I mean, honestly, you guys, in your free trial, if you don't have like a major success story to share, it's because you didn't use it during your free trial. So that's all I have to say. Go use it and go be successful. Go help a bunch of people. That's the whole thing. The whole Teamzy tagline is, together we're going to help a lot of people. And that's the goal. So I hope you guys will do it. And you can high five me at Summit when you're wearing your medals from walking across stage. Okay. Well, it must be good because no one's hung up on the call yet. So, all right. Do you have any parting words, Allison?
No, I just want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day and your night to do this for us. I mean, this is amazing, you guys. I mean, you have to try it out. Just give it 30 days. Like, I was blown away by day one. I think Carrie was too. So have fun with it. And like Eric said, go help a lot of people. And yeah, let us know how it goes, and we'll see you on stage at Summit.
Like, she's doing my best lines. Thank you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.
Bye.